Telethon to help raise money for Shands Hospital so they can help our kids. All weekend long, you'll be seeing stories about the children who have benefited from Shands and from the dollars you have given in past telethons. Tonight, 5-year-old Chris Toomey of Apopka, who made a miraculous recovery from a rare and deadly skin disease.
Anytime a child becomes seriously ill, it is frightening. But when your child becomes ill with an unusual disease like toxic epidermal necrolysis, it is particularly devastating. With courage and grit, the Toomey family of Orlando fought the unexpected enemy with little Christopher the victor.
Just a few months past his 5th birthday, and Chris Toomey has already shed the training wheels from his bike. He's still a little rough on the stops, but a skin knee is nothing compared to what this little boy has already gone through. It started shortly after last Christmas, a rash and fever that got progressively worse.
But Friday morning, when I went into his room to wake him up, and I put my hand on his arm to kind of shake him, and when I pulled my hand away, there was some skin on my hand.
Quickly, Janet scooped up her son and rushed him to the hospital, where they were met by Chris's father, Stan.
I literally didn't recognize him. He had looked like, as I have described, like he had been in a fire, and he had just blistered, looked like he had blisters all over him.
By 11 o'clock the next night, Chris had been flown to Shands Hospital. By 4 a.m. New Year's Day, doctors gave the Toomeys the news. Their youngest son was suffering from toxic epidermal necrolysis. Chris had ingested a virus that was causing his skin to slough off, literally fall away from his body.
I don't know, I guess as a parent you just don't think that anything can ever happen to your child. And this was a nightmare.
Oh, this looked like it broke off.
When I turned 3 years old.
Oh, you got him when you were 3.
To help her cope, a Shands psychologist suggested to Janet she keep a diary of what she was feeling.
I know that I continue listening to him, but the roaring in my ears and the thundering of my heart prevents my understanding of what he is saying. I never thought about the fact that I might lose my Chrissy, my miracle baby.
Chris was admitted to the Shands burn unit because the treatment for toxic epidermal necrolysis is the same as that for a burn victim. First, debridement, removing dead skin tissue both by changing bandages and surgery. Then covering the raw exposed areas with pigskin to protect the body from infection, help keep in fluids, and give the skin a chance to grow back. Chris also went through a process called plasmapheresis, exchanging his blood containing that toxic virus for clean blood. Doctors said it would be a long, painful process.
Watching through the window and seeing the pain that he was going through, just literally seeing him just raised right off the bed in agony.
How do you explain to a 4-year-old child that this process that he has to go through twice a day of scrubbing off the dead skin on raw places on your body is going to help you? I wish that I could trade places with him. The skin on his face is beginning to slough off. My stomach begins to cramp again, and I wonder how my baby can ever survive this.
But as the days wore on, Chris made miraculous progress. The treatments at Shands and the Toomey's prayers were paying off. A disease the doctors said would keep Chris in the hospital for 4 to 6 weeks had run its course in just over 3.
For the first time in 22 days, I can hold my son. I can't begin to describe what it feels like. It's even so much better than when he was just a minute old because his arms come up and hug my neck.
4 days later, January 24th, Chris was released. Leaving Shands, Janet made one of the final entries in her diary.
The sun is so bright that Chris covers his eyes. I think that the sun has never shone brighter, but the sky has never been so blue, the trees and grass so green, the air so sweet. God, I feel so blessed.
And look at that face. Yes, you definitely are blessed. And with me is the Toomey family. It's Christopher, and he's just a wonderful little boy. And did you ever expect something like that? Of course you didn't expect something like that to happen. What did it feel like?
Like I described before, it was a nightmare. You just don't ever think something like this can happen to a child. And for the doctors in the area to just not know what was wrong with him, it was horribly frightening.
And then you have the story of Shands Hospital that helped. I mean, it was such a tragedy, but then you had the people at Shands Hospital to help you get through this situation.
Not only did they bring my son through it, but as a family, they had support staff who helped us to get through it. And without them, Christopher wouldn't be here. And so we owe them a lot.
And there's not much more I could say. I mean, just the family talking to you, looking at Christopher. We can get a shot of him. And he is just wonderful. Can you wave there? Wave to the camera. I mean, what word, and I'm not very good at this morning at saying words right now. There really aren't any words that are needed except for take a look at this picture of this beautiful boy. And are you going to say something to the viewers out there? Say, look right in that camera, see where that red light is? And say, call in your pledge.
Call in your pledge.
Say a little louder. Call in your pledge.
Call in your pledge.
Do it now. Paige?
He is a doll. He had dinner at our table earlier. Well, it was actually last night, and he is a ball of energy, a happy ball of energy.
Hey, thank you very much, Bob. This is really what it's all about. A family that is whole again thanks to the miracles at Shands Hospital. Christopher, to me, is an example of a miracle, and I know you appreciate what the staff and the commitment, the equipment, people who have donated time and effort to this telethon.
Christopher would not be here without the excellent medical treatment that my son received in the 7th floor burn intensive care unit. Their staff, Dr. Bingham, Dr. Flowers, absolutely were so good to us, and we want to thank them again for all that they've done for us. And I just want to say that miracles happen at Shands every day, and with your help and your pledges, when you need a miracle for your child, there'll be one for you.
Is he truly a miracle, baby?
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's a miracle.
There were times when you gave up hope.
They didn't give us too much hope in the beginning when he was airlifted there. It was really tough going for a long time. They had never treated a child with 10 before. It was very rare.
This is what it's all about, folks. Premature babies, young tykes, middle-aged guys, even old guys like me. We all want to help make a miracle happen. And what do you want to tell those folks out there? What are they supposed to do?
I know. Call in your pledge.
Call in your pledge. What do you know?
Call in your pledge.
Call in your pledge. Well, folks, that pretty much says it all. Call in your pledge. Right, Kathy?
That is absolutely right, Bob. Pick up the phones, do your part.
Now, did you see that shot where Chris came running around the corner of the house and sat in the swing? Well, that took 4 or 5 takes because this little monkey kept going the other way around the house while we were trying to shoot that shot. This is Chris Toomey, and this is really a miracle child, Janet, and we said it over and over again when we talked a couple weeks ago.
He is a miracle child, and there isn't a parent out there who hasn't thought sometime about their child being sick. And if you make a pledge now, there's going to be a miracle available for when they need one.
Stan, when we talked a couple of weeks ago, you said you were so impressed with the people at Shands. Not only were they taking care of your son, but they really took care of you guys, too.
Yeah, very much so. They were very professional. The care that they give, the care that they look to the families is very impressive, and I was very taken back by all of that.
All right, now, here's your chance. Here's your chance. You ready? What are you going to tell people?
Call in your pledge.
Call in your pledge. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We want you to do it, and we want you to do it now. Bob and Kathy?
Right now, yeah.
All right, right now. I heard that. Bob Goslin.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because I get to meet all the really great-looking guys. Do you think you're a great-looking guy? This is Craig Toomey and his brother Chris. You just met him. Now, you know, you have to look over there if you want to be on TV. See where that light is? Look. See over there? Chris and Greg? You see that?
Yeah.
Now, that means you are on TV, and everybody all over Florida and in South Georgia can see you. What did you want to say to Bob? You said something he said about your brother.
He called him a monkey.
Did Bob Goslin call you a monkey? What do you think?
You don't know.
Well, we think that he meant that because you're so cute, you know? Do you remember when your little brother was in the hospital? You told me you did.
They bought me a helicopter.
When you were in the hospital,
I
you
got
got a
an
helicopter?
ambulance that was full of candy.
Ambulances full of candy and a helicopter in the hospital. I bet that was fun, wasn't it, huh?
I don't remember that part.
You didn't get it, he did.
The monster truck.
Do you remember the monster truck? Well, I think that's because the
I remember the place.
We want to show you that that's what makes it so important. If you call up and give your money, you can get more monster trucks and helicopters for other kids, right?
Right.
So send money.
Send money.
No, we'll go to Kathy. Thanks,
I'm
guys.
going to go to the kids' birthday, man. I don't know. That's all my... That's all my...
I didn't want this to happen.
I'm the one who's married. My husband sleeps around. There's always sort of a point of pride with me, but I didn't. I guess I thought I'd feel terrible. But I don't. I feel wonderful.
Well, I've got some more lucrative work for you. Man wants his wife checked out. So what's new? Do me a favor, take it. You can pay me back for all those lunches.
It's Julie. Are you back? I called that hotel a couple of times. They keep saying you're not in your room. Maybe I'm confused. Call me. I'm dying to know if Mrs. X's boyfriend ever showed up.